Hey y'all, it's me, YouTuber Toasted Rat, back at it again with the crazy video, and today we're doing a sketchbook tour. Yippee! I finished the sketchbook actually quite a while ago. It was actually earlier this June. I already started on my other sketchbook. I've already filmed this sketchbook tour twice. I didn't like either of them, so we're trying again. This came off of this can that I was drinking from. I just taped it on here. These are in this sticker pack. You'll see them a few times throughout the sketchbook. This was also from a sticker pack you'll also see throughout the sketchbook. This I got from someone, literally probably my favorite sticker ever. This just like appeared on my desk one day, and this my sister got for me from California. This I got from an airport in Seattle, and this I got from my sister who I think won it for me at an arcade. And then this was from my Spanish class. If you know who this is, good on you. And then this is just my Dutch Pro sticker side. All right, and we could just get right into it. This is the first sketchbook spread. This is my 9th sketchbook. Recently I've mainly just been focusing on these because I seem to struggle with them a lot, and I started it January 20th 2023. I usually do this thing where I draw my OCs and then I'll redraw them at the end so you can see like how much they've changed. We have Zach, and I drew these sheep next to him because he has ram horns. It'd be funny. So, as you can see, I was very rusty at watercolor. Bench and Damien, because I just wanted to draw them. But you'll hear a lot, I just wanted to draw them. I also did some figure studies, some dog figure studies. I drew Carmen. I think I was in Washington at this time, so I was just doing random stuff. Zach down here. My cousins had Red Dead Redemption on their computer, so I just played it a lot. They were at school anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna play Red Dead Redemption. I think I did this while we were on a ferry, so I had no reference or anything. More Zach and Carmen. Did this gouache lighting study. More hand figure studies, and Zach and Carmen. I wanted to work on their story. I didn't know how. I would just draw them and add nothing to their story. Just draw them being gay. And then I watched South Park and I drew South Park. That's pretty much it. I drew this wolf guy because I was in church and I don't really like church that much, so I was being edgy. More Zach and Carmen. Zach, what's it called? Zach fun fact. I was trying to color more and work with my line art. I drew this during, I think, my history class. My history teacher is pretty cool. She said that if we wanted to draw in her class, she didn't care. She like welcomed it, and I thought that was pretty cool. I took advantage of that, as you could imagine. But look, there's more of those smiley face guys. You'll see them throughout the sketchbook because I love them. They're just so smiley face. This Twiggling character, I think I was watching South Park. Yeah. I just did some doodles with this new pen I got. These were actually sketches for my AP art class, which if you have the drive for it, 100% do AP art. If you love art and you have the drive for it, do it, because I had a lot of fun. I feel like I improved a whole lot with my art, even though I definitely could have done better, but honestly, I think I did pretty good. This is around the time that ClanGen update came out. I don't know if it was the most recent one, and I had played ClanGen before, and then I was like, oh, I got an update? Sure, I'll play it again. This is one of the characters I really like, just because she had a cool like backstory. She got hit by a car and got a crooked jaw from it, kind of like a Crooked Star, I think his name is. She's also transgender, and I thought that was pretty cool. And she had a wife. Unfortunately, that clan got deleted. So this was around the time that I was like, I think almost done with the first series, the first arc with fire art. And I drew Cinderpelt, and then I drew this little contraption maybe she could make so that could support her bad leg. And then I drew more cats. I was trying to show my sister how to draw cats. And then I got really into All Tomorrows. Honestly, maybe I'll put it up on screen, but it was specifically this person like narrating what happened, going over it, and as he was going through it, I would draw it as quick as I can, like each species as he was talking about it. The Titans are my favorite just because I like that they're similar to elephants for no reason. I think that's awesome. And also, I don't know, they just look very interesting. And I also like these guys. I like them all, except these guys or these guys that are assholes. Honestly, that entire, I don't know what to call it, it kind of altered my mind a little bit. And then I drew Zach. I was trying to come up with stuff for their stories. I had the idea that he worked at this like fast food place, and at this moment I was super art blocked. As you can see, I found these old Posca pens that I used to have and I used to use all the time, and they're kind of like crappy and dried up, but just messed around with them. I drew some South Park, and I think this is the last South Park stuff. I like this little Kenny, I forgot to do that. I drew some Zach and Carmen, because that's what I always draw when I don't know what to draw. And some more ClanGen stuff. This thing that I got from Universal. This was a page of Carmen. a page of Zach. I thought it was boring, and I had some extra red paint left over from a painting I was doing, I think probably for APR, and I was like, I'm just gonna go back and paint a page red, and I went back in a white pen. This is some more actual story building. I was trying to story build for Zach and Carmen's story. It was basically just like, wanted to make it that bit more about religion, their story, and I drew Zach taking like his family to church, and then I drew this, which is definitely not canon. I just thought it was a funny idea. Like, remember Anne and I, gay people are bad, and then she's like, aren't you gay? And I don't think there's gonna be homophobia in their world, because that's just, it's too boring. And then I drew this. I went back in with red paint and just went over it. I think it looks pretty cool. It was kind of boring at first, and I went back over it, and I think it looks way cooler. And then some more Zach and Carmen world building. I think I was trying to write their story instead of draw it, and that was a huge mistake. I did come up with some more interesting thing. I don't know. I think it also kind of made their story more restrictive, because I was trying to put it in words, and you can't really always do that with the stories that you're trying to make. And then my friends drew this, their username, and then this is my other friend, just their username. I drew some Luigi. This was when the trailer for the Mario movie came out, and I decided to draw Luigi how I imagined him. I thought he was like 40 years old, but they're like 20 something. I think that's not true. Drew Bowser being confused. And this was just one huge like figure study page. I did like the class mode on line of action. It's like they range for how long you can draw each one. So these were all 30 seconds each, which is hard for me because I barely do figure studies. These were 1 minute, and then these were all each 5 minutes. I thought it was kind of a boring page, so I took these labels off of a drink my friend had, and I just put them on here. And then I drew some more Zach, because that's all I really know how to do, you know what I'm saying? This little cat, it's just a good cat. There's some horse studies I decided to do, because horses are interesting, and I like their anatomy. Big horse. And I think I finally finished the first series at this point. Honestly, I have mixed feelings about the Warrior Cats books. Honestly, the writing could be way better. But like, you know, what do you really expect from a series about talking cats, you know? I drew some Firestar. This was around the time I couldn't really draw cats that well. I definitely could get better at backgrounds, but this was honestly just for fun. And then this was some AP art stuff. Maybe I'll put up the finished piece of it. And then this is also a finished piece. Maybe I'll put that up too. This was a story idea that I came up with. It was supposed to be about like mortality and like fearing death. I just wrote it down for fun because I was bored in class probably. This is another case of I had some extra paint, so I colored the outside of this, and then I came back in with white. I think they look pretty cool. I like this little guy here. And these were some old drawings of them, like from years and years ago, like 3 years ago. That's what he used to look like. And this is an old drawing of Damien. That's what he used to look like. I think it's just another case of being bored in class and just doing random doodles, random drawings. That's probably a bit art blocked. I think this is Zach and Carmen. But he's saying drugs are bad for you, and then he's saying no, while this huge cloud of probably smoke, weed smoke, is coming out of him. I was trying to decide how I could redeem Finch, because according to my sister, Finch is almost irredeemable in the story. I don't think he's irredeemable. I think he has a lot of flaws, but he could definitely be forgiven. But my sister's like, I hate him, he sucks. So I'm like, fine, I'll fix up his story a little bit. Ooh, and then this is just like a lot of sketches and concepts I was doing for my AP art portfolio. I'll put up a picture of each one. So, this is the finished product of this one. And I actually gave up on, I really wanted to do this one. I thought it was a really good concept. Maybe I'll do it in my free time, but then I just ran out of time and I didn't have time to do it. Especially, I just didn't want to rush it, you know, and I didn't want to end up not liking the finished product because I really like this idea. And I had like a week left to submit my AP portfolio and I did not want to rush it, so. This one was actually going to be a redo of this digital piece I did, and then I never redid it. Just some random little sheep guys. And this one is probably one of my most ambitious and hardest paintings I've done this year. Maybe I'll put up the finished product. I'm not the biggest fan of the finished product. Could have been better, but also for my skill level, it's pretty alright, because before the school year, I never ever really worked with acrylic. For art class, I would, but never in my free time. My skills at it were very low, so I came a long way. I guess you can read these little snapshots of text, because it was just me trying to assign meanings to my pieces. This was a little character I was kind of in a religion, not phased. Like, I just really liked working with religious ideas. So there's this like shepherd guy. I don't know how he ties into religion besides the fact that he's a shepherd and all that, but I think he's a pretty interesting looking character. Maybe I'll continue him. And this is like, I had my bands in for the first time in forever, and it looked really funny to me whenever I would like go up to my friends and be like, hey look, and I'd pull down my mask and smile really big because my bands were like wired my jaw shut, and I just thought it looked funny. And then more shepherd stuff. I like the idea of Zach liking sheep because he's got that sheep look. He's got the horns. Some Zach and Carmen being gay. Ew. I realized that I didn't actually know what sheep looked like. I just drew them as these like cloud-like figures, and so I did some sheep studies, and then I gave up because I didn't like real sheep. I only like cloud creatures. I rewatched the one movie, and this is Bruno. Honestly, I like him. I like his hands. I like the way I drew him. I feel like I've improved since the last time I watched that movie. And then this is when I watched the Mario movie, and I loved it. I don't care what people say. I liked it. Just a whole bunch of Luigi. I don't really like the way I drew him. He looks too, you know, when the internet latches onto a character and they just like beautify the hell out of him. They repurpose him for the purpose of looking hot. You know how the internet does that? I know you know what I'm talking about. I feel like I did that. I don't know. I feel like I changed him too much. Then I drew some more Luigi. I like this a bit more. It looks more in the style of the movie. My friend wanted me to draw Battle Cats. This is a sticker that I actually got because I got above a C, like for the first time ever in my pre-calc, on my pre-calc test. Without cheating at all. So yeah. I'm pretty good at it. This was still when I didn't really know how to draw cats in my style. And then this is actually a finished piece that I put in my AP art portfolio. Maybe I could put in like what I reworked it from. And fun fact, I only used the colors black, white, purple, and yellow. My art teacher was like, this looks greenish, and I was like, actually that's just yellow. And she was like, whoa. And then these are some cat studies I did. This one's bad because I just didn't understand the angle that it was supposed to be at. This is actually the sticker that I have back here. This is the back of that sticker, and this is the front. I didn't really like the front of the sticker, so I just put the back on it. This is around the time I got crayons, and I used them. This is, I don't know, I guess at this point I hadn't really drawn Zach and Carmen that much, so I was like, I'm gonna draw them a lot. So I did. I drew a whole page of just Carmen. I think I was just doodling it in class too. Oh, and I think this is really funny because for me, writing Zach and Carmen's story is like pulling teeth. Like, it's so hard for me to just settle on some ideas and like string them all together and make an actual plot and story. And for them, I start writing and I'm just off. Like, I wrote so much. I don't even know what I was describing. It was probably just some backstory of their world and stuff. But yeah, I drew some Zach and I just started writing about him, and then I just kept writing and writing and writing all the way over here, and then I drew some Damien and I wrote some more. I love their story, and I want to get on the same level with Zach and Carmen's story where I love their story and I want to, you know, write about it more, but it's just, I don't know why it's so hard. And then I got into the third arc with J-Paw, and I think I'm like on the third book of this series. And then I practiced, my sister gave me like random characters and I had to draw them and like individualize them and stuff. Me drawing with my crayons. Again, funny thing. You know how I said I was trying to write Zach and Carmen's story and I was just struggling too hard, so I just like gave up. I don't know if I told you that, but anyways, that's what happened. And then I opened my notes app and just started writing and writing and writing about Finch and Damien's story. And so I decided to do some storyboarding of what happened at some point. You probably can't really tell what's going on because I drew it really lightly, and I get really bored of storyboarding really fast. And then I drew, by my sister's request, drew Tiger Star and Longtail, who I hate this guy and I love this guy. I started playing ClanGen again. This is the first leader, Quiet Star, of I think Bear Clan? Honestly, I really like this clan, but it's gotten to the point where it's almost unplayable unless I kill off a bunch of cats. I think I have almost 100 cats. And then I just like started drawing, he's existed before this, but he's like my little flower guy that I draw sometimes. It's like, I don't know, it's every single story except for Zach and Carmen's is so easy for me to just spit out ideas. But I did some concept art of what I wanted. I wanted to make like this episode of their like story or their world, and I actually storyboarded a little bit of it, but as I said, I don't really like storyboarding, so I kind of quit. But I still really like this idea and I want to do it. I actually wanted to do it this summer, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. And then this is the other flower guy character. And then I watched this really awesome short film called I think it's The Boy in the Camera, and this is the Kipsneed, who I hate. And I did some concept art for their story, and then I drew this little character interaction I thought was really funny, but none of my friends agree that it's funny. They think it's too gay, but whatever, they're just boring. And this is a character that I came up with for their story. This is literally one of the scenes that's existed for as long as, probably maybe it's even older than Finch and Damien, but I think when I was kind of younger, I liked the idea of like old man-made objects just like existing way past the end of humanity, and like Earth is slowly taking it back and like growing over it and stuff, and like they're just like frozen in time. I've always liked that concept for as long as I could remember. This is one of those scenes that include that. And then I drew this like little motel thing that Finch and Damien stay in for most of the time, and then this like safe haven for time travelers. And then I decided to draw some more flower guys, and then some more cat ClanGen stuff. This is the leader after Quiet Star. This is 2-star. I drew this Carmen drawing, and then I drew this little like comic of Luigi brutally murdering the Shy Guy. Then I went back in and just filled out the space with red marker. My flower characters being gay and awesome. Gumball. I think I was watching Gumball. Again, I was kind of art blocked. I think I drew this all straight up with marker, and then I went back in and colored it with crayon for fun. I like these cows. I had no reference for these, I just did it from my head. And then I came up with these random characters. I was, wanted to draw. I didn't really have anything to draw, I just wanted to draw. I was having fun with the crayons, as you can tell. And this is a very lovely message from my previously mentioned sister. Some more gay people. Very cute. This is a speed paint that I did recently. I really like this. It's very flowy, very cute. And this is the very last page. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I love it a lot, and I was actually kind of sad with finishing the sketchbook, because towards the very end I started liking it more, because I think you could tell towards the beginning I was kind of more art blocked, but then as it kept going I just kept feeling more like loose and having more fun with it. I finished it early this month, June 5th. So this is the first drawing. I think you can tell it's a bit more stiff, a bit more, I don't know, it just seems a lot less lively. And that's the last one. Very, very sentimental towards the sketchbook, so I'm sad, but honestly, I'm glad it's done. I did good on the first 3. I did figure studies, I did watercolor and colored more. I had fun, but I did stress, and I did take my time actually. Yeah. There's none of that. Very, very good. I like this piece. And there's me. Alright, that's the end of the sketchbook. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I've already started my next sketchbook. Maybe I'll give you a sneak peek. First off, it's a square. Oh, yeah. Look at this. It's literally, it's not quite, it's like 1.5 times the size. Here's your sneak peek. I actually posted this on Instagram, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your support. I'm very grateful for you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Also, let me know down below what you want to see, because I'm just doing whatever right now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.